Yo, how's it going, guys? This is your boy, the Norman Red Podcast. Welcome to the Norman Red Podcast, and today we're gonna break down Lex. I spelled his name wrong. I spelled a couple things wrong, so don't beat me up over that. But me, as a rogue scholar, as a rogue philosopher, as a rogue physicist, and how I understand the world, and I'm not saying that I went to school for this, but how I understand the world and how things work. I have an issue with some of the things that Cmdr Fravor has spoke on in this interview, and I'll go over those topics right now. The guy on the right is Cmdr Fravor. He's an American air pilot. He has driven F-35 jets that cost about $1 billion, one of the most highly sophisticated pieces of machines in the world. So he definitely knows his stuff. He definitely knows what he's doing and how to pilot and how to explain how these jets work. And again, me being a rogue learner and learning things that I want to learn just for my own curiosity, I have several simulators. So when he was speaking on certain things, I can understand what some of the lingo he was saying that might go over some people's heads. So this guy definitely knows his stuff. So, but we'll continue. So this is going to be the breakdown. What did I said flavor, but it's Fravor. What did Cmdr Fravor see? What is alien technology? Is he a part of a government lie? Irrational patriotism? No sense of urgency from the government or Fravor? Not discrediting Fravor's credentials as a pilot or an American hero for us all. Humans cannot pilot the TikTok. That's what I believe. I'll go over the different propulsion systems and Lex Fridman's good question and skepticism toward the interview. So, what did Cmdr Fravor see? Well, when Lex Fridman asked him, he said he had seen a tic tic tac shape, um, about 40 feet in diameter. The object had two antennas underneath it, and it was aware of their presence when they were doing their scrimmages. They were in the middle of the ocean, the Pacific, doing scrimmages, and they had a fleet of them. So there were, I think, five altogether flying who witnessed this account. And so there were four other pilots that witnessed this, and another one including Fravor. Uh, so alien technology, guys. My big brother took me to an air show one time, and we're watching all of the cool jets and old fighters from World War II and previous wars. So we're watching them, and this is probably the early 2000s. So I'm from Chicago, so we're sitting down, and me and my brother we talking, boom, boom, boom. So next thing you know, a B-2 stealth bomber flies over our head, flies over our head. I look up, and briefly, what you see in the thumbnail to the right is what I seen, like the computerized, and I was totally blown away by the technology. And I was like, wait a minute, I seen this on Independence Day. Like, look at the bottom of this craft. So that I'm just letting you know that the government has certain things in their grasp, in their arsenal, that they won't disclose to you, that will look alien if you've never seen it before. Most of the people outside of at the beach at the air show had probably never seen the B-2 stealth bomber up close. Right? Everybody's going to work, going to school, living in life. No one, most of us is not in the military. We're just going out to the air show to see cool things we never seen. So when I seen the bottom of that, and it wasn't rusty as this one is, it was all black. It was tons of lines. It was amazing. I was blown away by the ingenuity, and that's why I'm probably into things like Gundam Wing and all of that stuff. Well, which came before, but I digress. So what we got to understand now is Cmdr Fravor part of a government lie, government conspiracy, or a cover up? Now, when we look at the Roswell and we look at Stalin, Stalin was very, very smart. He played on Eisenhower's mental and his psyche during the Cold War. He played on a lot of things. And what Stalin did was he created these UFOs and these alien technology because all countries are always at constant war on who's progressing the most. So, you know, a lot of what we know about UFOs and the shape of UFOs has been created and propagated through Stalin, as you see in the picture. And so whenever you get whenever something's happening, something big is happening, and you want to try to get certain eyes off and get the heat off something, you get people to look in another direction. You get people to look at another direction. Now, even though Cmdr Fravor is an American pilot, if you watch the interview, he does say that he doesn't agree with telling secrets of the government, and I can kind of agree with that too. Everyone has a pact. Everybody has a code of honor, right? And he spoke a little bit about Eric Snowden. And yes, Eric Snowden took a patent that he would not tell, but look, and he said the same thing about Bob Lazar. Bob Lazar had gave away important information as well. Look, man, at the end of the day, this information is important and it should be given to the public. Not everything should be given to the public, but the things Eric Snowden said should be given to the public because that was illegal. The things that Bob Lazar said should be known to the public because if we can get certain resources from different nearby planets or asteroids with this technology and save lives and, you know, and keep an abundance of precious metals and precious materials that we need all of those things. So again, I do believe that he's very and super patriotic about the country, and I'm patriotic about the country, but not irrationally patriotic, not to where there's wrongdoings or I feel there's something odd. Bob Lazar, he felt that was something odd, and he spoke on it, and he did the right thing by exposing it, and that's what made the Pentagon release the video, actually, you know, putting the heat on these guys. So we will continue. So we already went over irrational patriotism. So again, you know, they was out, they were doing a scrimmage, you know, and there's Bob Lazar, there's George Knapp. George Knapp, he's a television news reporter. So he's a journalist, and he's worked with Bob Lazar over the years. So Bob Lazar, George Knapp, and Cmdr David Fravor, they're all kind of cool because they have similar experiences in that nature. So again, you know, we can't, I'm not going to discredit this guy's military experience. He's the real deal. He's definitely the real deal. I've looked up his background. I've did some research. I've had some people pull his files. So I do know that Cmdr Fravor is an official guy, but this story may not be that official. And in his accounts. Now, again, he could be using these accounts to other battles he's had, other training exercises, and you can just put. It's easy to manipulate. And when you hear the video, to me, they wasn't scared enough. If I drive billion-dollar F-35 jets that can break the sound barrier, and I get close to an object and it shoots off and in clear blue sky, and I'm just like, woohoo, wow, did you guys see that? Woohoo, it's gone. No. I'm not saying I'm gonna freak out like a little bitch, but I'm gonna be on that. Like, hold up, what we just see? Hey, we got a tango over here. The exercise is over with. Everybody get back to the base. We have they didn't take it serious, bro. They didn't take that shit serious to me. They didn't take it serious enough. If I don't care if we had a training exercise, there's something out there that's not supposed to be out there. I don't care if we didn't see a Russia sign on there. I don't care if we didn't see the big red Japanese symbol on there. Like, this shit was serious, and they let that shit go over their head, which makes me not believe it. And also Lex Fridman, he didn't believe it, and he builds robots, and he knows about the physics, the physical world, and the quantum world. And from what I know, you can't do these things. Now, this is Bob Lazar's This is Bob Lazar's spacecraft. Now, let me keep it 100 with you. Humans cannot operate this spacecraft. It's bad. You look how many crashes you get with people driving Audi R8s and Lamborghini Aventadors. Those things go ridiculously fast. Look at the I think it's the PD 100 Tesla model. That thing goes ridiculously fast. Sometimes you can't even quantify the sequence of events you're going through. You're going so fast. It's like, whoa, you're from here to here. And you don't even know how you got there. You ever been driving and texting and you like, damn, I done texting and driving and not paying attention so long. How is it that I haven't crashed? I don't even remember passing all these places. So again, if you're in a craft, and now, look guys, if you look at this craft, what you're seeing is the Bob Lazar's version of what he's seen at Area 51. That heart shape that you see is supposed to be the gravitational field around it. And if you see those 3 pillars right there, what you do is you put a payload on those pillars. And it operates the spacecraft. And that antenna in the middle also amplifies the gravitational field, which gives it its gravitational shape. So if you're going up and down in the water, what I would think, what he would say, and he might have said that he did say he's seen some white water because the craft was underneath. If the craft is underneath, let's just say this is the craft, not the bubble. This is just the craft. No, this is the craft. If this is the craft and this is the bubble, I would think that you would see some type of disruption in the water, maybe. You would see some type of disruption in the water. And I'm trying to keep this in layman's terms so you guys can understand. It's just mind-blowing. It's just weird. And the way our physical world works, listen, guys, I don't know. I don't know if I could believe that. And for damn sure, there wasn't a human. And for damn sure, the American government doesn't have this spacecraft. And it could be just a straight bamboozle lie. Maybe it's just not true. So right now, let's go over the different types of propulsion. So in the top left, you see the propulsion system of an F-35 jet. So we use what we call liquid and solid propellant in order to propel and push. So thrust comes down, which pushes the craft up against the gravity and the drag. So the amount of gravity on top of us and drag, we have to account for thrust. And so therefore we have to put a certain amount of propellant inside of the rocket in order for us to reach and break the atmosphere. So if you look at the bottom underneath, this would be a let's just say electromagnet gravity propulsion system. So let's say you were to get coils. Like a coil, something along the lines of like this. Now, if you were to get a coil and you would wrap it around some brass, get you a coil, wrap it around some brass, get you some magnets, You can create a gravitational field, but this type of gravitational field and the propellant in order to operate and manipulate gravity, again, in order to manipulate gravity, in order for me to manipulate the gravity that I am at right now, I would have to increase my density. I would have to increase my density. Something like an Ant-Man, like and really Ant-Man, when he shrinks, he's really supposed to create a black hole because he's condensed himself in such a small pack, and he has so much potential energy and kinetic energy. He really should create a black hole. But I digress. So again, guys, take it for what you want and believe for what you want. But from what I know about rockets, I used to make rockets when I was a kid, shoot them off. I know what I'm talking about. I don't know if we can all the way believe this. And I want to thank Lex Fridman for a great, see, I got his name right at the end. I want to thank Lex for a great podcast. And I know that some of the answers he asked, he felt stupid about, which he shouldn't feel stupid. These are questions we want to know. We want to know why the sky is blue. We want to know why stars change different positions throughout the night. We want to know these questions that may seem simple, but so again, guys, thank you for watching my show. I'll see you guys again. Peace.